Boom! Yo, what's up? How's it going, Dean?
Good, man. Good. Really good. How are you?
Yeah.
Another fun episode of
Ah,
Dynamite. Enjoyed it.
right?
Yeah.
Exactly. I thought it was awesome. September 9th episode of Dynamite there was pretty rad. It's obviously Thursday, September 10th, and you're watching Triple D, Dynamite with Dezzie and Dean. How are you, everybody? Hope everybody out there is doing well. Hope everybody had a good show. I enjoyed it. I really did. Like I do with every other episode of Dynamite, right?
It's a good
Really.
show. What can you say?
Yeah,
It's a good show.
right?
That's it. Even an
Oh,
average show's really, really good.
hey,
Hey up, look
surprise,
who
it's
it is.
John.
The star's back. He's
Yes,
back.
yes. That's it. That's it. Back in.
He did awesome, didn't he? He did awesome over there.
Oh man, that was so cool, man. I would have loved
Yeah.
to be there live. I would have loved to see that show live. Just the feel of it, that atmosphere, even just being as close as they were. I mean, you couldn't get any closer, right? That's so rad. Hello,
Yeah.
Olivia. What's up?
Well,
Good
Olivia.
morning. Good morning. It's time for the show. It's time to get going on the. Oh man, my keyboard batteries are still low. I'm so ghetto here. I'm so ghetto. I still need to replace batteries, so we might have that fun here happening on the program
Is your mouse
today.
working this week? Is your
The
mouse?
mouse is working though. The mouse is
It's,
working as long as we get the mouse
you've rubbed
working.
them batteries. You've rubbed them.
I might have to do it again this time around here for those who can see my. I don't know when we all got suckered into just using these battery devices because I did pretty bad. My keyboard and my mouse are both battery operated and they're not rechargeable, so I'm a wasteful human being right now. I just feel bad.
You probably get them. You should have like the charge pads like you can get for your phone. The mouse mat should charge your
Yeah. Oh man,
mouse
that'd be
as you're using it.
awesome.
Yeah.
That'd be super cool, right? Because then it
There's
would
an idea
never
for you.
ever. There we go. Hey, boom. But then it would never ever die, right? Because it would always be on the charge pad, right? So
Not
there
just
you
a
go.
pretty face.
Right there you go, Dean.
It
The
must
brains
exist.
of the
That must
operation.
exist. Yeah, it must exist.
The brains of the operation. So
Does that make
Dynamite
you the
this week,
brawn? Are you the brawn?
I guess so, right? I am the brawn. Are you the brains and the brawn of the operation, and I'm just the guy on the side? Maybe
We're
that's what I
both
am.
the handsome. That's all I know. We're both the handsome.
There we go. There we go. When you're this handsome, you don't need muscles, right? You don't need the brawn. So, Dean, I love it, man. I love every week, man. Every week is a charm. This week, I thought it was cool as hell, man. We started off Jericho and MJF just standing there, and it's like, yo, this is it, right? Like these two guys, it just made you think, like, oh man, yeah, what, like, start talking, right? Like, get it on here. Chris guaranteed him the title soon. I thought that was interesting, how he sort of picked that on him right there. And MJF calling Orange Cassidy a soulless ginger prick. I tell you, this guy's delivery is just amazing, right? The delivery that MJF has is it's just fucking hilarious every time. Um, Good way to start it off, right? Before the match, I thought it was a nice little promo.
Yeah, it was fun interaction between them. It reminded me when they were both bashing Cody in the ring. That little moment they had when they hugged over it. That was nice. But one nitpick is like obviously when it cut away, it went to a split screen of them both calling each other a loser, which just made it feel a little bit too set up. I'd have just had MJF walking
Right,
off, what a loser, and then cut to Jericho, what a loser. So it
right.
didn't feel as set up. Because obviously the interview was set up, but it made that bit feel a bit artificial. But I did enjoy the interaction between them. So two of the best, two of my favourites, two of the best heels, the two biggest heels. And like, yeah, it
Oh,
was nice.
absolutely.
And they're both, like you say, both guaranteed each other oh, you'll get the belt back, don't worry, guys. But
Yeah,
just bigging
I
each
think so.
other up. It's like they sort of realise that they're the sort of people they want to keep on each other's side for down the line. You know,
Yeah. Oh
so I
man,
like
there's
that.
so much going on, and like especially with Wardlow and things, man. Oh man, it's coming up. It's coming up here,
Oh, we'll get to
definitely.
that.
Yes, definitely. Lucha Brothers taking on Jurassic Express in the opening match. Penta L0M with the explanation on the name there. Again, like you said, watching these guys, man, I could say this every single week. I knew this was going to be a super fun match, but I didn't expect it to be this fun because this was really cool. I thought it was so rad. How what is that spot here? Luchasaurus lifts up Jungle Boy, but then pushes him off onto Penta into this flatliner. Like the amount of precision that he needed to, like, it was so crazy how he just like picks him up and thrusts him onto him, right? Like any sort of misjudging on that would have just been horrible, but it came off so well. Fuck, there was so much action in this match here. There was way more in this opening match than an entire 3 hour show on the network. You know what I mean? Like really, I watched Raw, I think, or SmackDown or whatever it was this week, and it was just like, oof. You know what I mean? Like, come on, this is dragging me on here. Um, but within the first, like, what is it, 10 minutes of the opening match, I was like, okay, I'm sold. I love it. Obviously, we could say as much as we want about Luchasaurus. I mean, I think Luchasaurus has all the moves that I've ever used in video games. Just looking at his kicks and stuff that he's using, you know what I mean? And his suplexes, his slams and stuff. I love his moves.
And the height, and like you say, you jack yourself up to make yourself big, but you're still doing all these moves of the little guy. He's like you say, he's like a video game character, isn't it? He's awesome.
Yeah.
All four guys totally. are awesome.
I think so. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And that fucking right here on my notes, I've got Jesus, the slam before time. Like, holy shit. When he fucking, like, I thought he was going to die, right? Like, that slam was insane. That was a massive, like, was assisted choke slam off the top rope. Oh my God, man. Craziness, man. What did you think about this, Dean? Because, like, honestly, I could talk about this match all day long. I wish we could just make a show about this match alone because it was so much fun.
It was so much fun. Like, all four guys are fantastic. Like you say, that choke slam before time, the height, and the way Phoenix took it, like it looked like he was just going to fall flat on his back, but he sort of twisted and just piled. It looked so rough. And talking about height again, the springboard headbutt. Phoenix can fly.
Oh, yeah.
He can fly, that dude. And they had Jungle Boy looking really strong again, kicking out of the assisted pile driver. Like, the kid's got heart, and they're really putting that over. Like, if you want to finish Jungle Boy, even though he's small, it's going to take a lot. But I was disappointed because I wanted Lucha Brothers to win, and I feel like they need to knock a run together now. But talking about precision earlier, the finish, how do you accidentally hit a Canadian Destroyer on your own teammate with that sort of timing? The push for him to land, it was so seamless, so well done. Because you think about how the hell can you hit such a drive move on your partner, but the way it was so well timed that you have to be impressed. You know what I mean? These are some of the best. So, like I say, I want to at the end, because I do want Lucha Brothers to start on a run now. But it feels like, obviously, we found out later that Jurassic Express are fighting FTR, and we had this promo afterwards. So I think they had to lose for this little segment to work. Yeah. But at the same time, I don't know if it was necessary, but they wanted to get these guys in. So obviously they started, because that had happened, Penta and Phoenix were arguing amongst themselves. And then you had Eddie Kingston and Butcher and the Blade come out and they're like, no, we need to work together. We need to be on the same side. What happened? Because we're on about there were 5 of us in the Battle Royale. Why didn't we win? Because we weren't together enough. He mentioned Pac, didn't he? Had a little mention of where's your British friend? He's nowhere to be seen, didn't he? I thought, well, at least he's getting mentioned because it's not his fault he's not there.
Right? Exactly.
And so just had that and try to get him to shake hands, and eventually they did. And Eddie Kingston did say, by the way, I didn't lose the Battle Royale. Check the rules. Because if you're right, he was on the outside of the ring, wasn't he? When he got thrown off. So I thought that were interesting. Whether he's going to go any further with that outline.
That's what I was wondering too, if he picks that up again.
Yeah, because he's got a case to say, well, he could challenge Archer or whoever, or even Mox off it saying, even Mox, couldn't he? Could be a good match between them two. Just saying, well, I didn't lose that match, so I deserve a shot. Mox will probably give it to him.
Seriously. If he wants to be taken seriously, for sure. But fuck.
Well, I love him on mic. He's good on mic.
Yeah, he is. He is really good on the microphone, rallying the troops there, getting them. He's a tough guy, man. You could, seriously, I was watching, the first time I've seen him, earlier this year, hasn't been that long, right? But the first time I saw him was like, holy shit, this guy is, there's people who are believable, right? That are just like, yo, this guy's going to fucking beat you up, straight up. You're going to get pound up if you cross this guy. And he's one of them for sure. Definitely.
Yeah, when he said it last week, when he said to Lance Archer, oh, you're a tough guy, but you ain't tougher than me. And it's like, you've seen the size of the guy and how he's booked. Yeah. But it's like, no, he believed his own words. At the very least, he believes them. So I'm down.
Yeah, exactly. He's got that conviction. And that's what you need, man. That's what you need. But holy shit, I could do that. Fuck, I had to watch it again because I was like, well, it's like when you see the Panama Sunrise, it's like, bang, he blasts him with it. And I'm like, wait a second, hang on, rewind. And I'm like, holy shit, like you said, the precision needed. The timing that they hit that with. So it looked like, okay, what the hell? How bad do you have to feel? How pissed off do you have to be if you're Ray Phoenix, right? Because it's like, bro, how the fuck do you do that to me, man? So I thought it was awesome. I thought it was super cool. But yeah, holy shit, that was a match I could watch again and again. And it's one of the reasons I love doing this with you is because I get to talk about the stuff that happened. So that's super cool.
Like I say, a good way to open the show. I was excited. As soon as it started, I'm like, yeah, I'm in for this. I mean,
absolutely. And then fucking right into Jake. Oh man, Jake the Snake and Lance Archer there. Jake the Snake with his promos, man. This guy is so. You're gonna sweat. You're gonna piss yourself. It's like I love that. Fucking do it, man. He's gonna piss himself. Lance Archer, man. Just again, I'm a fan of Lance Archer, and I'm a fan of where he is in this. I think he's an awesome opponent, and I'd like to see him actually win the thing, man. So we'll see. But I mean, it's obviously. I think it's going to be another thing about him not winning it, but I like to see him win it.
Jake's fantastic. I really enjoyed the things that Jake said. I don't think Lance he ain't the strongest talker. Obviously they put Jake in for a reason. And I think the only thing Lance Archer should ever say is everybody dies at the end. Let Jake do all the talking, and all Lance should ever say is everybody dies. Because when he starts talking, it took me out of it a bit because the great work, like you say, the sweat, you're going to get wet, you're going to sweat, you're going to piss yourself. They were like, I was like, yeah, go on, Jake. And then he sort of flattened it out again. So I think you've got the mouthpiece, use the mouthpiece, and just his line can be, everybody dies. If that's all he said, it'd be well more intimidating. Yeah. That's the way I'd go with it. I'm assuming him himself wants to talk more and get himself across. So fair play. But for me, I'd work it like that.
Exactly. Like, we're not going to have, and I'm not trying to fucking talk about mortality, but we're not going to have Jake the Snake paired with him forever, right? So now that you've got Jake with you, do that exactly. Like that one promo where he was just going wild and he's like, tell them, right? And then he ripped his shirt. It's like, okay, shit, man. You know what I mean? Everybody dies. So that could be his thing where he's like, Jake is trying to fucking hold him back. And Jake's doing his whole thing about telling people to piss themselves. And then all of a sudden at the end, he's like, yeah, everybody dies. And then he just fucking throws somebody or he breaks a wall or, does some drywall beating or some bullshit like that, right? I'd buy into it for sure. Absolutely, I'd buy into it. I'd absolutely buy into it here. Man, we got fucking Matt Hardy. Oh, yeah, absolutely, man. I love it, man. I love Matt. Archer to me, man, Lance Archer to me is one of those guys, I would have put the TNT title on him already. He would have gone over, right? He would have been the TNT champion. I would have definitely, I've got a really bad way to book guys like that where it's just like, I want him to be the monster. He's going to be the monster. He's going to come in and he's going to be the champion day one, right? And that's why I'm not a booker, I guess. So, Matt Hardy down to the ring there. This is a really cool spot, I thought, with Matt Hardy here. Because obviously, after watching All Out, that table spot was fucking brutal, man. That was crazy, like watching that and then the match went on. Oof, man. Like, I don't know. So, Matt coming out to address it, I thought was really awesome. He apologized to the fans for the scare. He apologized to everybody else. I mean, his wife was literally there in the crowd watching him, so of course he's, you know what I mean? But it was a really needless spot, in my opinion, honestly. You know what I mean? Like, it was it was awesome to have a table spot from that height, but, like, set it up so there's more in the way of, hey, these guys overshot it. You know what I mean? Like, really
Have three tables. Yeah.
Or have it on, like, there's a football field right there, right? Why couldn't it have been a table spot onto that area, right? Or something, There's ways around it, right? It doesn't have to be concrete. So, I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Yeah. But I thought it was pretty cool, though, that Matt Hardy then started teasing a title chase. I thought that was fucking rad. So I'm all in for that. I'm all on for him chasing whatever belt he wants, really, at this point. So I think that would be super cool. Obviously, right now, him going for the TNT title would make more sense. But holy shit, man, he would make a good program with anybody, honestly.
Yeah, it was nice, this, wasn't it? Almost John saying.
John saying, were you expecting anyone to interrupt Matt Hardy, though they wouldn't have been able to brawl from there?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that at all. This was just a nice segment, I think, wasn't it? You say, he thanked everyone for coming, thanked all the fans both there and at home. Like you say, apologised to everyone, said, I'm sorry, my match wasn't good. And it's like, no, we don't. We're not bothered about that, And he said, it was interesting when he said, and I will recover, is what he said. Yeah. Which means you shouldn't have been. We were saying, obviously, if he still has to recover, he definitely wasn't fit enough to finish his match.
Exactly.
It's not like I am recovered. He's like I will recover. But it was just nice. This. So, and like you say, now I want to get ranked. It was nice. Yeah, I enjoyed it. We love Matt, and especially in these last couple of years, really appreciate the effort and the work and the wrestling mind, and character mind especially that he's got. So it was just nice to see him stood upright, healthy, and I hope he can recover. And yeah, like T, I can't see it being a world title run, but that's the beauty of having two titles now. And
Yeah.
the TNT, it's weird. It don't feel like a US belt or an Intercontinental belt. It don't scream mid card to you. It screams the other belt, just the other belt.
Yeah.
You know, obviously the world title's what matters, but you know, it feels almost like a different weight division. You know, where
That
it's still
son of a
like the
bitch,
prestige
Cody.
is the same, but
He did it, that Cody bastard.
but you know what I mean. It don't feel like,
Yeah, it's a
even though
big
it's
fight feel
obvious,
to
there's
it.
obvious rank order of the belts, but it don't feel like the lesser belt. It feels
Yep,
like a prestigious belt.
absolutely.
So it's good that they've got. So I can see him definitely going for that, and hopefully, why not?
Yeah, I'd love to see it, man. Like you said, he's done a lot for the wrestling industry. Honestly, I could go on about him forever, just in the fact that with his, like since he went on the indies, because like it just showed that there's once you give these guys the reins creatively, they can do a lot of cool stuff, right? There's a lot of really cool shit out there that these guys have on their minds that isn't just thought of in a creative room, right?
Yeah, by 15 guys.
Yeah, right, exactly. Fucking the creative team. I'd love to be on that team, though. By the way, just how rad would that be to have on your resume, right? Holy fuck. John Howell here, especially with the 2 times Brodie Lee has been in the TNT Championship match. It was main event of the show both times, and it was, man. Like this guy's, it's a big belt, man. It's a big fight feels with it,
Oh,
Absolutely.
definitely.
I would love to get that replica, man. I'm the belt fiend that I am here. Whew. I'd love that title, man, for sure. I'd love that title.
You'll have it one day, Des. You'll have it one day.
I hope so. I hope so. All right, Angelico taking on Orange Cassidy here. Man alive, this okay. It brings me back to Lucha Underground when I was watching Angelico there. Insane leaps, man. This guy was jumping off of like the office and shit, like crazy, like 20-foot jumps. Really, like he reminds me a lot of like Luchasaurus, just with a different body style, right? Because they have that same like that sort of really huge kicks and this really physical style, but he's got a really awesome submission style to him too that is it's really unique. I don't know. I thought this was an awesome match. Man, that fucking Orange Cassidy really turned it up. I love how they're playing that up, right? That he's like, oh, he's a different guy now. He's really intense, and he is. It's absolutely a new level of him. I thought this was great. What do I have here? Oh god. Okay, so this is where it was funny because I had to watch it twice. I was like, what a streak for this finish, right? That like Orange Cassidy's just taking these moves, and he's like, okay, fuck it, elbow dive out to the ring, and he pulls him back in, top rope cross body into the orange punch, and that was just his combo, right? That's his 5 moves or 3 moves of doom or whatever, and he's done. Woof, that orange punch. I mean, I love that name just to say orange punch. I thought
Definitely.
it was super cool. What'd you think about it, man? What'd you think of this match? I thought it was really good.
Well, I say I haven't seen Hybrid 2 on Dynamite since, I'm going to say the early days, but it's not even a year old. But you know what I mean? Like, well, that's what
Right?
I think of Angelico as like a bit of a diver, but it were taking more Zack Sabre Jr. sort of like
Thank you.
approach, and it were all
Yes.
interesting holds they were going for,
Yep.
transitioning from them to them, maybe just wanting to show a different side to him. But
Yep.
yeah, the orange punch is a legit finisher now. It seems, isn't it? Like that's will end a fight, like you're saying, and it's interesting. He's not. There's no hands in pockets. There's none of that. He's just coming out ready for his match, and he's wrestling.
Yep.
And he got caught a bit short this today when they were like distracted on the side, and they're not that allowed Angelico to get on top. But when he turned it up, when he switched levels,
Yep.
finished the fight. So
That was it.
this was more like keeping Orange Cassidy strong, and it did that.
Yep.
So like I say, short but sweet, did its job.
Absolutely. And like you said, I looked at it. I was like, holy shit, is this? I haven't seen, like you said, I haven't seen Angelico and Evans in a long time. So to see them, that was pretty cool. Definitely with the cheap shot there, he's like, okay, I'm the bad guy here. Like, I'm going to start this off fast. And then after the match, Santana Ortiz got the baton out, started beating Orange Cassidy down. Best friends come out with the save. And I love the promo they cut on there. They're like, listen, guys, Like, this is it here. If we're gonna settle this now. Enough of this. They got the rad T-shirt there. I thought that was super cool. With its mom and the van. Fucking that poor van. Oh man, that poor van. Sue's van. Sue's poor van. So next week we see it. Next week we see Best Friends taking on Santana and Ortiz in the parking lot. So we'll see how that ends up. We'll see how that one ends up here.
Yeah, it should be fun. Should be fun.
Yeah.
I hope Santana and Ortiz win. I won't lie.
Really?
Yeah, I want them. But yeah, I want that.
Yeah, you've been pushing that. I know.
The
really?
best friends they've had their, you know, like high ranking and their chance and stuff. Santana and Ortiz and Lucha Bros deserve better now. So for me, and the problem is, heels and that, but this is a company where that doesn't necessarily matter.
Yep.
I want the best of the best. And if you're asking me, what's like Santana and Ortiz, they've been pushed. Jericho's constantly pushed them as the brawlers, the street fighters. If you're beating them in the parking lot, that's their domain.
That's true.
So they should have, you know what I mean? That should be their advantage.
Yeah.
You know, to me. So I feel like that. Yeah, it's like, you're stepping into their world. Get ready for it. So I hope they win.
Bag of nickels, right? They got the bag of nickels or whatever too. So.
But so I hope that's like, you're in my zone. So I hope that means they can get a win.
Yeah. No, definitely good call. Didn't think about that. I didn't think about that at all. Sometimes I don't like. It's funny how like I love this because like I'm like, oh yeah, shit. I didn't think about that at all. Fuck yeah, good call, man. So we get Alex Marvez backstage, and he's looking for an interview with the Young Bucks, and the Young Bucks, of course, have been very troubled lately, so they might not even be in a talking mood. And of course, they open the door, and he gets a super kick party, which is like the most devastating finisher in the world. If it was 1996. I think Alex Marvez would be dead, or he'd at least be off TV for a year. That'd be a good way to start a guy's vacation, right? So Young Bucks definitely bad guys here, and right away they're talking about, that's got to have some financial implications there. So we'll see how that turned out. This was awesome. This was a fucking. I didn't think this was going to be such a cool segment, and this ended up being really, really cool for a lot of reasons. So Kip Sabian is looking for he's going to announce his best man at his wedding here. His best man announcement is coming up today. So he's like, who's the best man going to be? We saw Puff. I saw Puff come out. That was really rad as hell. I've seen Puff.
No idea who he is. No idea.
Okay, so Puff on the Ontario scene. He's an independent wrestler there in Ontario. Right. So I've seen a bunch of his matches through there. Through a bunch of the guys that are saying wrestling on Impact right now have been wrestling with Puff and stuff. So to see Puff on national TV to debut there was really awesome. If it was 96, he would have died. That's awesome. John, good enough, John. Stop commenting, John. Brian Pillman Jr. came out, and that was really awesome. I thought Brian Pillman Jr. as the best man would be super cool. I was already imagining their tag team, right? Pillman Jr. and Sabian. Thought that would have been super rad. And then all of a sudden, boom, the best man makes his debut here in All Elite Wrestling. And please, Dean, I'll give you the honors.
It's middle day. I'm a big fan. In my kitchen, I've still got the board of like drinks menu, and it still says Rusev Day specials. And I'm like, I was thinking like over there, we're looking at it thinking, is that relevant? No, I never want to get rid of that. And now I'm just going to change it to Miro because awesome. When he come out, I popped, man. I'm like, and he looks sharp, doesn't he? He looks really good shape. And I like this segment because there were lots of, in his own promo, he ran about the same 10 years in the same house with a glass ceiling, like a glass ceiling he was never allowed to break. You know, and he were on about Twitch. There were loads of WWE digs here. You know, they've recently, they're not allowed for third-party deals. Yeah. Because why not? WWE, just take everything you can off the wrestlers, dehumanize them. You know what I mean? Even though they don't actually work for you. They don't actually work for you. Like half the time, like independent contractors, but you're not allowed to do it. Yeah. Anyway, let's not go down that. But there were lots of pushes for that in here, little digs. But digs these are jabs that should happen because that's out of order stuff like that. So I like this, and I'm just buzzing that is here. He's All Elite, and I'm down for it, man. I'm down for it. Absolutely. These All Elite AEW should treat him with respect, and there were chants for him straight away. It was Vince missed a trick, man. Yeah, they should have put them tag belts on him at the height of Rusev Day. Put them tag belts on him. They could have rode that for years, all the way to him being the top champion in the company with the best selling T-shirt, the best. I had the calendar You know, the Rusev Day calendar where it just said every single day is Rusev Day. I had that. Literally, 365 days, Rusev Day, Rusev Day, Rusev Day. It's good to see him. And he looks up for it. And I'm interested to see what he can do, man. So, and he looked really well. Looked healthy.
Yeah, absolutely. And like, man, I remember like back thinking, holy shit, like he has potential here for like world championship runs here. You know what I mean? Really, he does. And you were just waiting for him to get released at some point because you were just like, dude, this guy's just getting held back here. Obviously, he's getting held back. And reading the transcriptions there of his conversations with Vince McMahon, about like, we sold out of the shirts, Vince, and Vince is like, well, how many did we order? And it's like, really? That's what, you know what I mean? Like, you just admit the fact that this is over, that this guy is over. People want to see him succeed. That something that you didn't create is getting over. But no, not on Vince's watch, right? Holy fuck. Anyways, more about Brandy Rhodes coming up here on the show. We got to steer this other direction here. But I thought it was a super rad, like you said, super rad to see him. Super good in shape. Like, obviously, I see a lot of him with Lana's feeds. I follow him. I don't watch his Twitch, but I've got them on TikTok and Instagram. So just like, it's super, super awesome to see him out here, man. I can't wait. And fuck, man, it's already a stacked scene. So I can't wait to see what they do with him. Because later on, we're going to talk about the awesome, the best faction team name in the history of AEW. They're coming up on later on the card here. But there's a lot of big dudes on the card is what I'm trying to say here. But Miro definitely has a spot in my heart. And I hope he gets a lot of shine here because he deserves it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then get himself on tag scene as well, can't they? Because he's his best man that can mix in and out of singles and tag, which is what a lot of people seem to be doing, and it's a good way to do it because it keeps you relevant on all scenes, all belts. Yeah. So
absolutely.
I'll be
down. Everybody's starting to team up here, and it's good though because it's like Sabian's talented as well. So the more we get to see with him too, so that's awesome, man. Plus with his wedding, I hope it's going to be televised, of course, right? They're going to make a thing out of that, I'm sure. Hopefully it's not like a...
It's funny how when it came out, it said, it's promised his Penelope a Dynamite wedding. But then it got me thinking, like, would you want to get married at work? Imagine if you're like, Bird works at Burger King and you're like, I promise, babe, you get the best Burger King wedding ever. I think she'd be a bit pissed off, wouldn't she? But it should be fun, especially with Miro involved. Who's going to upset it? Who's going to get it? Whatever. I'm just looking for it. It should be fun. It should be fun.
I'd love to see her say that too. Just be like, I don't want to get married at work. Like, why are we getting married here? That'd be hilarious. We got Tony backstage talking to Hangman Page. I thought this was awesome, man. I thought this was really cool. It seemed really just felt really legit here that Hangman, you could feel his anguish here. He says he's full of blood, bones, and meat. I like that line. I'm going to use that from now on. But yeah, so it was weird though that because like Hangman had, Hangman is so convinced, that this is just like a setback in their team and he's going to come through this here because they're the champs. They're the best tag team there. They just, had one bad night. He got distracted and sure, it's off with them and his friends, but as a team, they're going to come through this. So interesting.
Hangman's a really good actor, don't you think? His performance was fantastic here. Because first question was, how are you doing? And he's reeled off, my ribs are hurting, this is hurting and that. And then Tony's like, no, I don't want the generic wrestler answer. How are you doing? And he admitted his mistakes and it's my fault this happened. It's my fault. I messed up really. It's my fault of the thing. But obviously I want to effectively say, I want to stay as a tag team. I want to win them back, to sort of redeem things. Yeah. And obviously we'll get into the contrast to that. But he's a really good actor, is Hangman.
Absolutely.
He's always convincing in what he's doing. I'm a big fan. He's a complete package, absolute complete package of a performer.
He really is.
Complete package. Yeah, but he is. No, he is. He's got it all, every facet. He's spot on. He's awesome.
No, this whole storyline is really, it depends on their acting ability. And even from the beginning where he's like, you want a drink? And Tony's like, no, I got to work later. He's like, okay, cool. And he's like, he's sipping real booze there, man. Like, holy shit, you got to believe it, right? Like, at least with the way he's sipping it, it's like, whew, I can't drink too much of that or I'm going to fucking...
Yeah, and I looked down and back up and it was empty as well, I noticed. But I think that's in contrast of when he's sort of opened up a bit more, then he's like, rather than sipping it, he's opened up a bit more. Then he's like, oh, I need a, and that's just really good acting.
Big gulps.
Yeah.
And it's really good too to make that point on the promos, right? Where it's like, and that's the bottom line, and then you just chug the rest of the cup, and then that's like your last line, right? So I think that's cool. Fucking John Howell here. It could help lead to even more epic 8-man tag teams in the future with all these fucking, oh Jesus. If there was a boot I could give to you, Cadillac, I would give it to you right now, you wisecracker. Tell you, John having some fun here with us because he knows that we love the 8-man tags on AEW. Oh man, that's good. All right, so coming up here on the show, we had Jericho and Hager taking on Janela and Sonny Kiss. Joey and Sonny and Joey. Sorry, I feel like Jim Ross sometimes here. Like, what card am I supposed to read? What am I? Yeah, Sonny and Kiss, right? Exactly. Oh, geez, just rag on me some more here. So Jericho comes out to this weak ass crowd because I was singing the whole other verse of Judas here in my room watching this fucking TV show on my browser. So boo on you there, Daly's Place there that night. Jericho and Janela going right at it. I thought that was super cool. Both these guys obviously a lot to prove here tonight. They got a lot going on here physically. I thought it was really nice spot there with the double drop kicks from the top rope. Sonny and Joey, they do their pose there. That's a cool pose too, man. Like, that's pretty cool. I like that where Sonny goes up and they do that sort of backwards pose there. Joey getting the chair, blast Chris with it, ends up getting dropped onto it. Like, holy shit, man. Like, this is a really cool spot here. I thought this was really awesome. This is a no DQ match, of course. So there were no disqualifications when the chair got brought out. But, like, really cool pairings here. Joey, known for the hardcore style here. Chris and Jake here, just so physical. I mean, fucking Jake is huge, man. Like, things that you don't realize until the people are up next to each other, right? Like, holy shit, man. That was massive. I'm such a fan of the Hager bomb here, even though Jake didn't get all of it because of that trash can. Sonny holding up that trash can there. But that spot I got with Jericho catapulting Joey off the stage into Hager, and then Hager taking that spine buster, that sort of like a Farouk buster, pushing Joey off of the stage through that table. Holy fuck, man. I don't know, man. There was a lot here. This was an awesome tag team match. And that's on top of the other awesome tag team match we had earlier. So I'm just like in tag team heaven here. They legit have such a focus on tag team wrestling in AEW. I love it. The kings of tag team wrestling.
Good because Joey got squashed effectively by Jericho, didn't he, the other week? So, like you say, he come out all guns blazing. He were pissed off.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? And had something to prove. Yeah. And like I say, when he first got the chair out, he hit Jericho with that chair.
Oh,
like, he did not pull no punches. It was loud. He hit him with that.
Yeah.
So like you say, fun matches, good table spot. I like Sonny Kiss's, that had Jericho up in the corner, then they like flip into the axe kick.
Yeah.
It's a really good spot, that. It's good. She's very flexible, like, so I enjoyed that. And then afterwards, the big bit was, because I was thinking Jericho and Hager, that's a strong lineup when it comes to the inner circle. Like, it's always been Sammy and Jericho that I've tagged traditionally with them.
Yep.
So I thought this is a strong lineup. But then afterwards, they effectively announced that, because obviously they used the fire extinguisher, didn't they? That's when they were able to get the win with like you and I get head and arm sort of triangle pin. So obviously Inner Circle got the win, and they announced that they're like legit going for the tag belts now. Like me and Hager, Jericho and Jake, we're on it. We're gonna start dominating, and they're like, so they've entered the tag division, even though everyone sort of is in every division at once. But it's like they've made a point of saying, we want the belts. So I think they're putting some more big teams in there, because it's like the belts aren't really important, these tag belts, and they're really getting pushed as such. And it's good that these two are now in that scene. Jericho, first Grand Slam champion. Let's have it. Tag champion.
Yeah, right.
You can get TNT. Yeah, man, get that.
Take it all, man.
And the Cody rub, have a Jericho rub. If you want a rub, have a Jericho rub.
And that's what it's about. Like, even later on here, because that's what it was here. That's what you see when Joey gets that Janelle that Cody rub here. But that's cool how Chris, like they said, acknowledge all the losses. It's time to build up wins in the tag division. They want the title shots. And nice. That's all I got in my notes is nice.
Yeah,
I'm down for that shit. Absolutely down for that shit. MJF in the campaign office there. This was awesome, man. Right away, you know this was going to be a good one. Fired his campaign team. Like, you guys fucking dropped the ball here. Gets right into Wardlow's face about it, right? Like, just, I was not expecting that at all, man. Like, he was really pushing him hard. Like, just, come on. Like, you're going to fucking pop here. This is going to happen. You're a piece of shit. Nobody likes you. Nobody except for me likes you, right? And now somebody's going to come across and be like, Wardlow, you're so great. Don't you see? And then he's going to be like, right? Like, it's going to be fucking great. It's going to be awesome. But what I loved was just how MJF, man, just really did not have any, he did not fucking wane at all. He was like, I'm the boss here. I'm the man. I'm in charge. And that's how it fucking goes. Period. There was no pandering. There was no anything. There was no like loss out of that loss at all. You know what I mean? So I thought it was fucking rad as hell, man.
MJF's gold. I loved it. Like, say, he sacked everyone, and then Wardlow's like, sir, and he's like, oh, I'm a sir now, am I? Yeah. I'm a sir because I want a sir. But you know, when you messed up throwing the ring and I lost my championship because of you, and that pissed Wardlow off, and he got in his face, like, you know, a bit like, who are you talking? And he's like, we got a problem here. Because don't forget, Tony Khan don't pay your wages. I do. So you want to see, and this is how we wonder how he's had this control over him, because normally in the past, whenever he's got in Wardlow's face and realises that Wardlow could destroy him, he goes, it's all right, buddy, it's all right, buddy. But this was a serious MJF who was pissed off. But then he like used that, like the boss, you know, that artificial top dogginess. That's what we have in the workplace, isn't it? When you got the person paying as this artificial alpha male. Whether it's real or not, it's just because of this, we need these meal tickets that's created then. And that's what it says. He's like, oh, unless you want to see you and your family out on the street, you better start thinking. He has to bite his tongue, Wardlow. And I was like, I cannot wait for you to smash him. Wardlow face turn, it's coming. I can't wait. I've been saying it since day one, since they got together, how much I want this. And you can see it. It's coming. It's going to get to the point where he snaps, pushes him too far, and it's like, it don't matter. I don't care who pays me. And he's going to, oh, man.
I think
they could drag it out. Hopefully they'll drag it out as well at the same time. I don't want to rush to that because the act is good together. They can achieve a lot. I mean, like, it's handy for MJF to have some legit muscle behind him. But I want it so bad at the same time. I can't wait till Wardlow's like, no, enough's enough, and just F10's the fucker straight out of the stadium, man. Can't wait.
No, it's going to be a huge one, man. Like you said, it's one of those builds that's just like, okay, once it happens, like, it's going to be in front of a huge crowd. People are just going to be like, oh my God, you can just see like MJF's going to push him, and it's going to be one of those things where it's like, do it. Like, come on. Like, I'm going to be yelling. I'm just going to be yelling, dude.
Man, I'll be jizzing. It'll be ace. but like you said, I think a full crowd's better. You want that reaction. You want the heat. You know, you want everyone. You want lots of people, a few thousand people to realise at once, nah, man, that's too far. And then, like, it's a buzz when he gets smashed all over. But this were good. Because I didn't know at first whether it was just going to be pure like, oh, I'm the real champion, blah, 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 which they could have gone. Could have easily done that. And it'd have been fine. So I like this because it's like, no, let's get serious. We've got work to do. Like, MJF's not over that, but he's taking more approach of, right, let's sort it out, you know. So, but everyone were great. This were great. MJF's great. Like I say, don't skip a beat. And Wardlow is best.
It's what we talked about. It's how we said that this loss isn't going to be a loss for him, right? This loss was not a loss for him. He's just going to keep rolling on with it, right? But
I liked how he mentioned that. Like, sorry, go on.
No. So, like, go. Yeah, please continue here.
When he said, I could be mad at Moxley for using the thing, where he said, you can't be mad at a scorpion for stinging you, and I thought that's like an interesting way. He's trying to be more pragmatic about this, not just bitch and moan, which he also could do, but he's not going that route, and I like that because they're putting more over as a threat, so you don't want him to bitch and moan about it. You don't want him to whine about it. You want him to go, right, I'm going to get serious now, even more serious. So it's doing MJF from this feud is more a threat, more legit. His stock's through the roof. Yeah, man. Yeah,
exactly. And that's what you want to happen, is you want these feuds to elevate people to these new levels, right? where it's like, oh man, he isn't like that anymore. Remember when he used to be like this?
Yeah.
No, he's not like that anymore. We're
Win
seeing
or
that
lose,
all over
yeah.
the board, right? Exactly.
Mm.
Yeah, win or lose. Okay, so what I was on before though was talking about. I will remember this right now. Okay, here we go. The stadiums. Okay, so AEW is sitting on something really awesome in that we talked about huge crowds, but how are they going to do it? Right? You need a venue big enough, like a stadium. Holy shit! AEW has a stadium built in. So when they want to, when the show is right, they're going to put a ring and mill that stadium, and they'll be able to socially distance a few hundred people at least, or maybe 1,000 into
You
that
get
space.
thousands in a stadium. If there's a 50
Yeah.
odd thousand seat stadium, you can
Yeah.
have
Like
you
even
can
at
have
10%, right?
yeah, you can have say 5,000 pretty spread out, but like it's a lot of noise that
Yeah,
can be
exactly.
made. Yeah.
Exactly. And that's when you want save that moment for the Wardlow big whoa, and then he just the F10 heard around the world. Fucking we'll be yelling.
I
We'll be
understand
yelling.
why, but isn't it a shame that you can't just like when we talk about these moments, you want people shoulder to shoulder, don't you? You want just that you want that echo
Yeah.
of noise, and it's like obviously for obvious reasons,
Yeah.
we're in a world that might not be the same for a little while. Say a
The new
little while.
normal,
It's
bro.
already
The
been a
new
little
normal.
while. It's like,
It's
yeah,
already been a little while.
I'm not
Yeah.
a fan of the new. Yeah, it's like, but I do miss when it's the big reactions of people, jumping
Yeah.
over top of each other and stuff. It's crazy,
Well,
but
that's why it's nice that we get
stay safe,
you,
guys. Obviously,
you get the pods, right? Like when you see those concerts or whatever, there's like, like a what is it, like a 10 by 10 like stage or whatever it is, right? Then you get like, so maybe 3 or 4 people could sit together if you came in a group, and that's decent because then you're at least 10 feet away from the next group of people. So it's something for now, right? Until we can, I don't know, figure out how we're gonna get over this disease. So
yeah, fuck COVID. Just get that
right.
out there. Right, moving
Right.
on, moving
So
swiftly on.
There we go. Moxley addressing Archer. Man, this guy, Moxley, is just the most amazing fighting champion. Every single word he says, his conviction, you just believe it. He's just like, oh, it's not going to be easy. Well, I never thought it was going to be easy, right? Nobody ever wanted it to be easy. But
And it
holy
shouldn't
shit,
be.
is he ever getting a run out of this, though, right? Moxley is just, I love it, man. He's just, every time, I didn't know Moxley before Ambrose. I think I've said this in the show before. So for me, this is a whole new discovery to see him this unhinged. Unhinged. I think WWE owns that term.
The lunatic.
Right? Yeah, exactly. If only there was an asylum for people like him that he could put them in. Oh, jeez. But yeah, no, this is fucking cool, man. It's awesome to see this guy with the title. Awesome to see this man with the championship. And it's just cool. Another ace promo by him.
It was great, yeah. He really put Lance over strong. And I like how he said that. It's like, man, it isn't getting easier. But it shouldn't be. Yeah. That's what a champion should want to fight and want to challenge yourself and fight better and better and better opponents to prove they're the best. But I like he ended it with like, but would you want to bet against me? Because I'm in the form of my life. And he is. And that match, that should be a really good match. Really good match. Yeah.
I love the builds to these matches. I just remember... I don't remember any fucking match in WWE that Ambrose had. But I was like, oh, Ambrose is in this match coming up. You know what I mean? Like, oh, Ambrose's build to this next match is going to be a good one. Just didn't happen for me, man. It wasn't clicking for me. But now
I didn't like Ambrose.
Right? I mean, that's what I mean. I just didn't. When it was the Shield, I was always like, yo, Seth. Like, look at that guy with the half-bleached hair. I love it, right? I like him. He's visually right away. I was like, that guy. And I'm like, who the fuck's the big guy, right? Roman. Okay, great. But then Dean was always, to me, like the guy who always kind of rode their talents in the trio, right? Like he was the guy.
The other one.
The other one. Yeah, exactly. Like I'm the brains because I don't have the speed or the brawn. So I'm just the third guy. But no, his fucking stuff here in AEW since Jon Moxley has been insane, man. The intensity, it's so... like the conviction is so great. I love it. It's believable. You root for him every time. You want to see him fight because you know he's going to give it his all and it's going to be fucking crazy. And it has been every single time. I'm like definitely a Mox fan. Definitely.
Not to say with a crap one. in the Shield. This run he's on now is better than Roman or Seth have ever done in WWE. I've never been engaged in it, you know. And I was a fan of Roman. He's like a good wrestler. I've never been overbooked and stuff. But Seth's had some moments. But this Mox run, it's like we were on about MJF wanting to win. We didn't want Mox to lose. We just wanted MJF to win.
Yeah.
And like Mox has won, and we're totally, it's okay. We're glad he's the champ. He's on fire. Even if he's on it for like 10 seconds like this, where he just says a few words, it's like it's believable. You're invested. Form of his life. I didn't know him before WWE, and I want to find in WWE, but that's not his fault, as you see. Like you say, we've said it before, and you said it earlier. Take the reins off, not the Roman Reigns, but you know what I mean. And then watch what they can do.
Yeah,
awesome.
It is truly, it is, man. FTR in the ring celebrating their tag team championship. Tully Blanchard talking about 117 degrees in the ring. So I had to do a little bit of a Google search on that one. That's fucking 47 degrees Celsius right there, man. That is beyond hot in that humidity. That is crazy. If it was 47 degrees in that ring, I wouldn't be able to breathe, let alone wrestle anybody, let alone talk to anybody, let alone
You had to
walk.
Google it.
Right?
My rant the other week about 0 being freezing and 100 being boiling. You're 47, you'd have known straight away, yeah, that's pretty hot. But let's not get into that rant again. Sorry again, by the way, that were well a bit out of line there.
Oh man, I loved how they were surrounded by the tag teams here. It was like a group celebration. You're like, yeah, you know, and it's like SCU, you guys are great, man. SCU, amazing. Imagine if you were still in your prime. Imagine the matches we could have. And it was just like, what? No, Billy. Just because you're in a second-rate Hall of Fame doesn't mean you can take your son and tramp yourself all over this division and get yourself a shot. Oof, man. Oh, no, dude. So sick burns here, man. Like, just the hospital, the burn ward's got to be busy that night, man.
Best one with Private Pie, though, wasn't it? Private Pie, what could we say about you? Nothing. And then turned around and thought, yeah, it's that quality. Because before that, they'd really put the tag division over itself. They'd really put it over strong. Like, oh, that's nice. Like you say, celebrating. This is the best division in the planet. And then just started dissecting them all, which were, it were good. It were good. I enjoyed that.
They're talking about, like, the cosplaying Tarzan there and oh, my gosh, the dinosaur, the comedy act there, not going to beat them. I love how Luchasaurus stepped up. They got right up in their faces there. FTR clears out, but got the ice cooler dunked on them. That was pretty funny. I thought the beers were still in there. I hope nobody got hurt. That would have sucked if they just like dunked these fucking like a whole 6-pack of beers on somebody's head. I don't imagine that would feel pretty good. But then you know we see the faces are celebrating, taking the cake and eating it too at the end, and just celebrating. But FTR there, Tully Blanchard, man, that Tully on the mic is fucking something to just embrace. It's so cool, man.
Yeah, I like because it came from the back of the Mox segment. He started put Mox over, didn't he? Which even though it's not about that, I liked that. And saying like, oh, he's the best in the world. These are the best because of the tag belts. This was a bit of fun. It did what it had to do, and it set up the match. Because I like how they said, oh, don't get twisted. This isn't for the belts. You're not worthy of the belts. Say you get a win, then we'll give you a title shot. But people around here have to start earning it. And I think that's why they'd cut into the tags, you know, the other tag teams. So interesting. And that's probably why they went over Lucha Brothers earlier as well, like to give them credibility for this and to set up their thing. But yeah, probably some good work from everyone involved. And I like how, like you say, I like how Lucha stepped up. Luchasaurus stepped up. Didn't just take it. I like that.
Yeah, exactly. He stood up there and like he said, "Hey, no, man, I'm not just a fucking guy here." I love his mask though, man. Fuck that whole look. It's just that whole fucking thing. It feels so much like a created wrestler I made, you know?
Yeah, because they were like, "Oh no, calm down. We'll have a toast." And then I think they just cracked a beard over his head, didn't they, and split. And like I say, that's when they got the ice bath. So. And then kick.
Yeah, he took that cooler lid, right? And then broke it over his head. That was good shit, man. Oh, shit. Hey, look at this here. Coming up right here on the program. Oh, my God. It's the best faction ever. Team Taz's leader, Taz, out on the microphone here. Team Taz. And he's talking
Fucking
out here.
Team Taz, honestly.
And Team Taz coming out, but luckily Darby Allin comes out erupt. But it's not Darby Allin, it's just Darby. It's Ricky Starks' take on Darby Allin here, and Darby calls him reckless. I thought that was awesome, on point. You know, he says nobody wants to be your partner. You know, you can't find anybody like even like skateboarding and stuff. That's why you're skateboarding, is because you can't find anybody to wrestle with you. Absolute Ricky Starks is in the house, man. Absolute Ricky Starks. This guy is legit. I'm such a fan of Ricky Starks. He's a guy you just want to punch in the mouth all the time. And then he reminds us that he's in Team Taz, which is just an awesome name. So I thought that was really cool.
I like his parody of Darby. I want to see more of it. I wish this were a bit longer, because when he did it the other week, it's fun. It's really well done. I like it. So yeah, Ricky Starks. I didn't really know him before he came in. Not sure, what to fight Cody, but I've been on board ever since. I think he's really good, fantastic on the mic. Looks good, good worker, and these are fun. And obviously, when you're attached to something as Team Taz, it's like you're obviously going to be a star, aren't you?
Elevated, man, elevated. He's the number one contender for the FTW title.
Team Taz.
Team Taz.
Change it to the Team Taz champion. That's what we need. Yeah.
We're gonna change the show to Team Taz show, the Team Taz review show. Ty Conti taking on Nyla Rose here, which really just should have been called Nyla Rose in action. This was Ty's first day on the job as a signed wrestler, and oh my gosh, what a tall order was this! With that, awesome moves. I think the end there was awesome with that near submission. I thought it could have been a really awesome upset. That would have been something really cool. I would have loved to see that positioning. A really nice upset there on her first day on the job would have been super cool. But that Beast Bomb takes all, man. You don't get up from that thing, man. You do not. And Nyla about to wreck Conte up here, but Shida comes out to the rescue with that very pointed kendo stick. The kendo stick is pointed at you. You stay away from all of us.
Is that a laser
pen? At you. No, it's my vape.
All right.
A laser pen. That'd be cool, hey? 90s style.
No, because I've got a laser pen over there. It looks just like that. I use it for the cats.
Oh, nice.
So they can chase around. Yeah, it looked like a laser pen.
That's awesome. I want to get one now. I want to get one.
But I think saying in action might be a tad unfair. I think Tay Conti did pretty well, actually, especially at the beginning. And she's just signed, so I think they wanted her to not look like a jobber. Right. So she the knee on the outside, that knee strike, that looked really good. But that Beast Bomb, it was a sick Beast Bomb. That she nearly put her through the ring. Yeah. Obviously, Nyla's super strong, and it was like, yeah, fair enough. I'm not surprised she got pinned after that. And then, say, Vicky getting in with it to make a statement, and then ran off by Shida. So we're going to get part 2 of their feud, maybe.
They brought up the fact that Nyla, she's still the number one contender. So
I feel like we haven't seen her on Dynamite for a bit. But obviously they haven't built many other women up though. So I suppose we were on about she's having to fight Thunder Rosa because she hasn't got a feud. Nyla Rose, they said she hadn't had a rematch. It's there, innit? It doesn't really need much build. We know the history, so it could be a good feud while you build other people up.
Together there.
Yeah, I suppose if Britt Baker's not fully fit, let's get some Swallow in some wins. That'd be good. Get her on that scene. Get her challenging for the belt. I think Shida should hold it for anyone. For me,
until you think, or what?
Until Britt Baker's fully fit and goes on a bit of a tear, and maybe we could have a heel women's champion. I don't think anyone should take it off her, but build some people up. And obviously, Big Swall's halfway there almost, isn't she? With things, so she needs to knock a few wins together. Maybe other people like Conti and other such and such. But yeah, man. But
Nyla, if Swole got into a feud with Brandy Rhodes, and then Brandy could put her over and elevate Swole to the next level, where she could be
already lost. But Brandy, you're right. Brandy Rhodes should be the champion. What am I talking about? Yeah, Brandy Rhodes. That's it. In the ring by herself, everyone's elevated. Brandy.
That's how it works.
That's how it works. Yeah, so the first match between Shida and Nyla Rose was awesome, really physical. So I'm happy to see another one of them for the belt. I'm more than happy for that. If that's the way they're going, which it looks like it.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be eventual for sure, right? But like you said, I see Shida going over again. I don't see Nyla beating her.
definitely.
Young Bucks, we find out they were fined $5,000 each for kicking Alex Marvez. Should have just let your brother do it, Nick. You should have just let your brother do it. Taking that, you could have saved that $5K. PlayStation 5's coming out like in a month, bro. Come on, dude. The thing's happening soon here. You can't be tripping on that. Kenny Omega getting interviewed backstage. Hangman better make other plans, he says, because there is no more tag team here. They are done. That chapter was fun while it lasted, says Kenny Omega, but now, boom, singles action expected. Fuck yeah, man. This is what I've been waiting for. He even acknowledges the fact that first year, he took it slow, he took it back. Everybody was expecting him to come out bang bang and be the first champion. But now we're going to see that. Finally, we're going to see that Kenny Omega. And I can't fucking wait, man. Just go in rushing, man. Because this guy, let's see his first singles match. Just bang. Like Kenny Omega in action against somebody big. I want to fucking see him just clear somebody out. Like, let's give him a short win. This guy's, the V-trigger is fucking great. Kenny Omega's on the fucking, he's on the rage, man. It's time.
But he had some nice words for Hangman. So we talked about how I was supposed to be like one of the first top guys, maybe the first champion. But it were like people like Hangman who made me think, oh, maybe I've got a different facet to me. Maybe I'm sort of Paul Ibushi and the Golden Lovers. Let's just forget all about that. Maybe I can be a tag guy going down that route. And we had this great run. But obviously he's too pissed off at Hangman. So it's back to singles. But you almost, without seeing it, can feel Hangman's reaction, because obviously it's like that where the Young Bucks have disowned him, kicked him out of the Elite. He's lost his belts, but he's still held on to the hope of like, well, me and Kenny were good, so hopefully we can put it back together. And then Kenny just slammed the door shut on that and locked it.
Nope.
So it's like, that's even...
Get the fuck out of here.
Hangman wanted to start his redemption act with that, and it's like, so I'm assuming when we see him next time, he's going to be even more dejected, bless him. But it's one of them like, oh, it's my own actions, but slightly manipulated. So I really like this. It was a nice contrast against the Hangman interview, and I like that they came at different parts of the show. Tony with one, JR with the other, not just mirror images of each other. This were really well done, really nice bookends of his story's beautiful, because Kenny's a good actor as well. So of course we knew and we thought and we wanted both singles runs off the back, and there, and maybe a few between them, but it can still weave in and out with singles stuff, and it could be a nice slow story, and I'm all for it. It made the Hangman one even better. Watching this one, it made it more impactful,
Oh yeah.
Like beginning, middle, of end of story, and that, as the episode's gone across. So I like this. Great work from everyone involved again, and that hook, line, and sinker involved in their two single runs running parallel, that are definitely intertwined. Should be awesome.
I would love to see Kenny Omega fucking just about to win the big one, and then fucking Hangman comes out just pissed drunk and fucks it up for him, and that's how they trigger their feud, their singles clash.
I wonder if they'll go more down the alcoholism route for, after finding out that the one thing he thought he might have out of this is, well, at least we can go for the belts again, having lost all his friends. He thought FTR were his friends, losing them, losing his true friends. I wonder if they'll play down that of him, like, because obviously he likes a drink. I wonder whether they'll go more like a dark way with it, of like, well, now he's really hitting it hard because he's got no one. He's got, it'll be interesting to see. And like Kenny making a bit seriously, he didn't really mention out heelish, but we've seen that from him. Is he going to go full heel, like playing a version? Because that's what I want to see from like, and then Hangman on a redemption arc of just helping people to a point where that could be a culmination of a feud, babyface Hangman versus heel Kenny.
Happen. I think because we've already seen signs of it. We've already seen signs of Hangman trying to reach out and Kenny just shutting him down. So I think we're going to see that happening right away here. Kenny is going to take this drinking, and they're going to show that's going to be a part of it, right? I think that's going to be a part of it too, where it's like, where he's going to come out and say like, yeah, I've been taking this drinking to another level, and it's not fun anymore, right? Like, it's not good. It's not a party for me anymore. I'm not celebrating anything anymore. It's hurting me. I need help, Kenny. And Kenny's going to say, fuck off. Like, leave me alone now, right? Like, we're done. You're not in the Elite anymore. You're not my friend anymore. Get the hell away from me, you fucking bum. And then that's going to give them their singles match where Kenny finally just, instead of having that compassion of being a good guy, just says, V-trigger, you fucking son of a bitch.
Yeah, it'd be a big babyface moment if something happens and he's about to have a drink and then just goes no and just throws the ball at the wall like I'm done, and then gets it stuck into someone to save someone, or maybe even save Kenny from what have you. You know, that it can be powerful.
Yeah.
You know,
absolutely.
This just so much story, so much acting, just so much awesome work from these guys over the entire existence of AEW.
Yes.
And it's got so much more to give. And I love it. I'm all for it. Fantastic.
Absolutely, dude. No,
But like,
really
obviously,
is.
Young Bucks going full heel. You want Kenny? They could be like the Elite, just them three full heel faction.
Yes,
and then
dude.
Maybe even just like Hangman being the one that maybe even eventually pulls them to the other side by overcoming his dick. I don't know. There's so much story. So I'm a fan. Show me what you got. I trust you.
Right? Exactly, dude. Exactly, man. So October 14th, just found out the anniversary show here of Dynamite is going to be Archer's title shot. So that's when Lance Archer is going to be cashing in his Casino Battle Royale shot for the AEW title. Is going to be on October 14th. So watch out for that, y'all. It's going to be crazy. Next week on the show, Dynamite, right? We got the parking lot fights happening. The Best Friends taking on Santana and Ortiz. We got Thunder Rosa taking on Ivelisse. And the NWA Women's Championship is on the line. That is really awesome. This opens so many doors for the NWA invasion. I can't wait. It's going to be fucking, like, there's going to be so many guys there that are waiting to just be like, yeah, let's break into this here, right? I think it's super cool. FTR taking on Jurassic Express next week here. Heavy tag team title implications there. If Jurassic Express can win it, then that's obviously a title shot down the line for them. Who do you see winning that one, man?
Yeah, the FTR are champions. I think they're going to win relatively easily.
I
don't think you can have them win the belts and then the next match against who they were announced earlier, like they are ranked again. They'd lost the ranking,
right?
Because they only ranked to 5, which I think is interesting. Like surely you'd have like a top 10 with so many tag teams, but at the same time, if I saw Lucha Bros ranked number 12 with fucking 9 losses, it'd make me, Lucha Bros, it'd make me cry. So maybe that's why they just keep it out. Once you get past 5, we can ignore your record, sort of thing.
Just flub
yeah. So I don't think you can have FTR, the best in the world, apparently, lose.
Yeah.
Even if they've got a cheat, like that, whatever. But I can't see them. I think obviously
any other team I'd agree with you, but with Jurassic Express, I see Jurassic Express, especially with tag team shot implications of them winning this match, a non-title match. I see them squeaking out this win here. You know what I mean? Like I see them beating them, and it's just like, okay, now we're fighting for the title next week, and then they lose. I mean, I'm not a fan of 50-50 booking, but I love Jurassic Express.
Yeah, it would be 50. I just think it's because it's so close of just the first match after confirming that they are the best in the world.
Yeah.
And they lose it, And that's what I can't see. And to be honest, because there's that many, you've got Jericho and Hagen, there's that many tag teams, and I want them to start building Santana and Ortiz and Lucha Bros up. I'd rather Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy went on singles runs now. And just have them have the odd tag match, but I'd rather them, because they've really put them both over strong in different ways. Jungle Boy's heart and like Luchasaurus, the fact that they can do everything, and so I quite like to see, especially with new tag teams coming in, I'd quite like to see them two go on singles runs. Personally,
I'd like to see them go on singles runs, but I don't see them splitting up as a face team and then going on singles runs, or even not even splitting up, but even
I don't think they need to split. No, I don't think they need to split.
Right?
I don't think they need to split.
I think we'd see Jungle Boy getting injured. Maybe he's out of the picture for a couple weeks. You know what I mean? Give Luchasaurus a little bit of a redemption run of, you guys killed my best friend. Now I'm going to come after all of you guys. And then he just and then it turns out that, Jungle Boy's not really dead. So then he comes back. So it's just this whole thing, maybe.
Maybe. But yeah, I like to see them have some singles now. Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool. Hager and Jericho are taking on Private Party next week as well. That's going to be pretty cool. Hager and Jericho are going to obviously climb the ladder here in the tag team division. MJF is going to be in action, and Hangman is taking on Kazarian here of SCU. No 8-man tag announced, which is disappointing to Cadillac Johnny there. The only other guy hanging in on the show with us. But thank you again, Johnny, for sitting in with us for what is the main event. Brodie Lee taking on Brandy Rhodes' brother-in-law, Dustin.
Oh man. Oh man. My first notice she's got to be seen and heard, and you were on about the new Nightmare title. She's the first name. Yeah, she's the first name. The important first things first, Brandy. And then she comes out and like, oh, she's saluting him and stuff. I don't know what that's all about. It's like, yeah, we see you, Brandy. We see you. We see you. You know, we know Dustin Rhodes is. You know, don't worry. Cheers for coming out.
Oh my gosh, the Nightmare family. God bless them. God bless them all. Dustin with the impressive start here. This was a really awesome start by Dustin here. I love this. Like, I've got this comment over and over again here in this match here. This is such a good classic big man match. That backdrop by Dustin, that back body drop. Man, that table, the I am the table comment there by Excalibur. That's fucking hilarious. The table didn't break in that spot. That'll be on Botchamania for sure. Obviously, they wanted the table to break with that back body drop because they're two huge dudes. I think it should have. I don't know why it didn't. Dustin, though, in the best shape of his life here. Fuck. The commentary, though, this one, it would mean a lot to Dustin to become a champion. Yeah, no shit, right? Like, wouldn't it beat anybody to become, like, why is it so much more to Dustin? I get that he's, like, aged in his career and stuff, and he's on the back legs, and you know what I mean? But holy shit, though, right? Like, it means a lot to anybody to become champion. It's not like anybody's out there just saying, yeah, I'm champion, cool, whatever. It doesn't matter to me. No, that's the goal. That's the goal. This is, yeah, again, a good classic big man match. Jesus, though, that power bomb, that fucking massive power bomb by Brodie Lee there, just sweet Jesus, jackknife, sweet me, man, just bang. Dustin hits that dive off the apron with that cannonball. Again, Dustin doing things that he's never done outside of this. It's just fucking awesome. It just makes you think, like, when the guy believes in the product so much more and he's so much more embracing of it, you know, like the things he's willing to do. Like, this is stuff that Dustin could have been doing for the last 20 years, getting in shape, fucking jumping off of the aprons and doing Canadian destroyers and shit like this. But why, man? Fuck, you know what I mean? Come on, you're going to put me in a box? I'll live in your box. But now it's just like, boom, you know? I think it's so fucking rad. That Shattered Dreams, I love it how he's just like, oh, whatever he's calling it, Nightmare Beautiful or whatever the fuck the name is. And then Jim Ross is like, you mean that low blow? Just straight up kicked him in the dick. One leg up, just kicks him right in the dick.
Nightmare kick or something like that, would it? Yeah,
something like this, right? Beautiful nightmare or something like that. Pile driver on Brodie. That second attempt on it looks like they stumbled a bit on that one. But then Brodie grabbed the rope there to save his championship. Thank God. Okay, tell me you heard this too. Tell me you heard Jim Ross say Brodie Lee is dead. Tell me you heard Jim Ross say Brodie Lee is dead. Brodie Lee is hurt. Brodie Lee is hurt because it was right after that fucking pile driver where he's like, I heard him say Brodie Lee is dead, and I'll have to go back on it. But I swear Jim Ross said Brodie Lee is dead. Maybe he meant to say deadly knocked out or dead something or dead. I don't know, but it just came off as Brodie Lee is dead. Brodie Lee is hurt. So those two kicks, man, those thrust kicks. It's like a super kick there, right? That Brodie Lee does. Dangerous, man. Those are dangerous kicks there. Hit his discus lariat there. Got the pin. I love the moveset. I absolutely love Brodie Lee's moveset in this here. Wow. What a main event, man. Honestly, for two guys here, two big guys. Dustin, obviously, every time you bring up Dustin Rhodes, he's in obviously the twilight of his career, but he's still doing so fucking great. You have to bring that up. You know, like that he's not, you know, he's wrestled for 20 years, 20 plus years now. Holy shit. But what a fucking match. What a pace, you know? What a pace. Brandy's got to be fucking proud.
But yeah, I like, obviously there's fire there from Dustin, so he attacked him before the bell, got him out, he just wanted to hurt him. The first portion of the match, it was like slugfest. It was just chops and punches and elbows. And then, like you say, Dustin just, I don't know what he's drink some that juice out of Space Jam or whatever, and then he's 20-year-old all of a sudden, and like you say, he's diving, Hurricane Ranas, Canadian Destroyers, Crossroads, and that pile driver, he's massive. Is Brodie Lee? He is huge. That's probably why like JR said he's dead, because he probably thought he's got to be dead. That big dude coming down. And then, like you say, he's flipping outside ring. Well, like, Dustin took the majority of the match. Well, a good 70% easy. But when he wanted to turn it up, once he'd covered his ball spot back up with his bobble, he's like, two super kicks, discount. It's like, even though you took all that match and you give me all these stick moves, these dangerous moves, powerful moves, I'm the Don. Boom, boom, smash. Where's my belt?
That was it.
And I thought the interesting bit, all the Dark Order came out to celebrate, but he's still pissed off at Colt. He turned Colt away. He said, no, get him away. And Evil Uno's like, come on. So I thought that was interesting. Yeah. How it's like, he went from being his lapdog, his number one, to like, no, but he's still part of the group. But
right,
like,
he's still exiled, but he's still part of the group.
Yeah. But like Evil Uno's the one who was like, oh no, I'll lead you out. So it's like, I wonder I don't know, interesting. Maybe Uno's planning a coup, so wants to keep people on side.
Or maybe Uno is just that peacemaker in the group that's just like, he knows he has to coddle the kid right now, right? He has to coddle the boy until he's back in the favor. So we'll see. I like that assisted nut shot to Dustin though, and the Dark Order reigning supreme. And then what is Brodie saying to the camera, right? Come home, Cody. Like, holy shit. And he's wants, and that's wicked. Like, come on, you bitch. Come on. I love it.
Well, they're mentioning Cody a lot. They mentioned it in Nyla's match when that take on is like try to submit thing. And they're going, Cody's coming up later. And like, I liked how Excalibur went, never mind, take on him, might win this. Never mind that.
Yeah.
Like interrupted it, but they had to get it out later. And I didn't see that on my feed, so I went on YouTube and watched it. Like Cody is now Simon Cowell or something. I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, he's like on a show or something. Yeah. So good for Cody. Good for Brandy. Good for them. Oh, did we get to this one here from John? How long do you think it'll be before Omega's in the world title picture? 2 weeks.
Few months.
Yeah, Christmas. I say Christmas. I say we're celebrating New Year's with Kenny Omega as champion. There we go. There's my bold prediction. Ring in the new year with Kenny Omega as champion. Bang. That's Dez's prediction. You found it right here on Dezzie and Dean. Dynamite, Triple D. All right, Dean, my brother, you have yourself a great week. And,
nice one, sure. Enjoyed that.
Man. Enjoy your weekend. Hey, and we are building up to something huge actually here. Let's talk about it right now, really quickly. Let's dip the let's pique the interest of our one fan that's watching here, John Howell, Johnny Cadillac. Listen to this, brother. We're just having a conversation with John now at this point. So John, WWE 2K19, we are planning the best of 7 series here. Who is the best ever at the game? I say I am. I'm definitely the best. I mean, who's going to beat me here? No. This guy? No, not him. It's me. John Howell, I'm all ears. That's good. John's listening. We got John's attention.
It's normally Dezzie and Dean. It's going to be Dezzie versus Dean.
It's coming. Right.
It's coming.
Triple D Entertainment is coming.
It's coming.
2K19 because 2K20 is too fucking shitty.
Yeah, it is.
2K20.
2K9 is better. 2K19 is better. Yeah.
So check it out. You can download our guys there on 2K19 if you check out the hashtag Inuvik. That's. Hang on. Where's the banners here?
Well, yeah. So we're going to look at that, aren't we? Best of 7 series. The winner of each match can pick the stipulation for the match after. If it goes 7 days, I mean, I'm probably going to beat you 4-0. So.
No way, buddy. Blue Wilder would tell you otherwise. Blue Wilder's going to tell you you're going to get your ass kicked.
Boys!
Yeah,
Blue's
that's it exactly.
We love Blue.
Yes. Blue Wilder there. Shout out. All right, Wicked. John loves it.
Triple D champion.
Yeah, right. I'm getting that title made. I'm going to win it, buddy. I'm going to win it. All right. So from myself, the best at 2K19, and that guy over there, see you guys next week.